We're here at TEDxBeaconStreet, and I'm sitting down with Rebecca Ryan, futurist and founder of Next Generation Consulting. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Teddy.
So the title of your talk is Regeneration. Why don't you tell us a little bit, what's it about?
Well, the big premise is that America is seasonal. We go through a spring, summer, fall, winter cycle, and we are in winter now. It only happens once every 4 generations. And the purpose of the talk was to inspire people around how to make the turn from winter to spring. Because every time America has done this before, 3 other times, we have come out of it as a country that works better for more people.
Yeah. And so what was the last time, you mentioned this in the talk, obviously, but what is the last winter?
The last one before the one we're in now was the Great Depression. Okay. The one before that, Civil War and Reconstruction. Okay. The one before that, American Revolution. Yes.
Very cool. And so this is a very cool idea, a very cool way to think about this. Tell us a little bit more about this idea and why, as to put it in TED terms, why is it an idea worth spreading?
Well, props to Neil Howe and Bill Strauss, who wrote this book called The Fourth Turning. I think it came out in 1997. And they talked about these turnings, right? And this is one of the reasons I got interested in doing generational work, because I was like, holy smokes, like we're on this trajectory. Yeah. And when the Twin Towers got hit, and then we went into a recession, I was like, oh my God, the fourth turning, winter is here. So I put the seasonal metaphor on it, and I have kind of reinterpreted it with my futurist lens for what's coming. But this idea is a powerful one, really powerful idea.
Yeah, it was very eye-opening talk, a little depressing at times, but
You're welcome.
no, but it really wasn't in the end. In the mention, spring is coming.
Spring is coming. It's
yes.
Right here on my little iron-on tattoo.
Wow.
You can have one, Teddy.
I would love one.
Okay. Neck tattoo?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Right across my face.
Why settle for the neck? Put it on my head.
Well, thank you a lot. I have some more questions about your talk.
Let's do it.
One is, so I want to know, tell me a little bit more about this 5 balls story.
Yeah. So when my dad was dying, I had a massive gaffe. A very insensitive moment that I wish I could bury forever, but it was also a moment that I had one of my best life lessons, and it's about these 5 balls, the notion that we are all given 5 balls in life. 1 is rubber, and 4 are glass. The rubber ball is work, and if you drop it, it bounces, it comes back. The 4 glass balls are your family, your friends, your health, and your integrity. They don't bounce. And I use that story to remind people that there are more important things than work, even if work is really important. Yeah.
Great. And so that ties into the metaphor of what we're going through right now.
Exactly. I mean, because I just wanted to remind people, there are more important things than work, especially during winter, and come on, we have this opportunity to regenerate into a country that does better for more, and are you in? Come on, let's do it.
So let's talk about that metaphor a little more. You're saying that spring is coming. I watch Game of Thrones. They keep telling me that winter's coming.
Yeah. Well, winter's here. Come on, Ned Stark. Step up. Winter's here. Catch up. I mean, we don't have the zombies, but yeah, we're in the middle of it. So yeah, I estimate this started around 2001 when the World Trade Centers were hit, and will be done in about 2020. The entire country will be out of spring, but between now and then we've got these huge opportunities to try to fix systems for what's coming, not for what was. And so I brought along some stories of the people who are inspiring me the most, because they're just shaking brains, they're joining tribes, they're crushing it, they're helping make the turn, man.
Yeah, and those are very inspiring stories that you mentioned in the talk. Let's talk about so where should people start? If they want to be, you depressed me in your talk for a little bit, but then you picked me back up. I want to be a part of this, this regeneration. What do I do? Besides the face tattoo, what do I do?
Right. Yes, please. Let that only be the beginning. Well, the first thing that I guess I would encourage you to do is to remember we are in winter, and it feels difficult, but there is a lot expected of us right now. And sometimes I think it's just helpful to know, winter doesn't last forever. It feels gross, but we're going to get through it. So that's number one. But the second thing is, I heard a great interview interview with Paul McCartney where a millennial said to him, like, dude, you so help make the world a better place, and like, I just don't even know where to start. And he gave this great advice. He said, start wherever your passion is. Like, what do you care about more than anything? And he's like, it doesn't have to be elegant. It doesn't even have to be big. Just start there and figure out, can you volunteer? Can you be a part of a bigger conversation? Do you need to sign whatever it is, it doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be glamorous. And a throwback to all my baby boomers who do remember Wavy Gravy. Wavy Gravy, the psychedelic bus tour guy who, he said, I love this quote. He said, put your little dab of good wherever it can do the most. So you don't have to have a big dab, Teddy. You can have a small dab.
Okay, good.
All right, good.
I have a big dab, though.
I know you do.
What about you? Do you have a big dab?
I do.
Passion?
I do. My passion project is Mentoring Positives, which is in Madison, Wisconsin. And do you know of Homeboy Industries in LA? Have you ever heard of them?
No.
Okay. So it's kind of modeled after that program, but the big idea is people in poverty don't need a handout, right? If we can empower them, they can figure their own stuff out. So these young men of Mentoring Positives have planted an edible acre. They have harvested all those vegetables. They have created an award-winning salsa, and they named it Off the Block because that's their inspiration. That's their hope, right? To get off the block. And so I'm all in. Like, if you could picture all my poker chips, boom, I am all in with all my poker chips to help Will Green and Mentoring Positive.
Yeah, that is amazing. It kind of makes my dab seem a little smaller now that you mentioned that, because I'm not growing a garden and making my own salsa.
It's relative. It's all relative.
That's true. That's true.
Maybe you could put your dab behind somebody who's doing something like that.
Exactly. Which I think is incredible that's something you're going all in on. And your talk was inspiring. Thank you very much for sitting down with me.
My pleasure.
Rebecca Ryan, her talk is called Regeneration. You can check it out at TEDxBeaconStreet.com.